Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about the best build for Li Qi, his best teams, weapons, skill priority, and most importantly how to play him to his full potential. I'll also explain how his skills work at the end. Let's start the video now. Li Qi is an amazing main DPS that shines brightest in boss battles. With his high damage output and strong elemental synergy, he is a strong contender for being the best boss killer in the game. However, you will have to be wary with his risky playstyle, and will have to invest in a team built around to mitigate his self-inflicted injuries and keep him alive. He's a DPS class with Thunder element. First, we're going to talk about his skill upgrade priority. First, you should focus on his passive skill, Lord of Weaponry Return. This is the main contributor of Li Qi's damage, so leveling it is priority. Your second priority should be his first skill, Blood Pierce. Since this skill upgrades both his first skill in both of his forms, it's also prioritized since you will be using this skill during Godfall Fury. Third priority should be his second skill, Rite of Thunder. This is primarily used to gather battle will to activate Godfall Fury and not for the damage. Fourth priority should be Thunderstorm Fury, Li Qi's ultimate skill. The primary use of his ultimate is to heal Li Qi and swap out efficiently. Fifth priority should be his combo, Blade Wake. The damage from using combo burst is not necessary as it's mostly used to activate Godfall Fury immediately. Last priority should be basic attack. His basic attack doesn't cover the enhanced basic attacks done during Godfall Fury, making it an unnecessary upgrade. Next up, let's talk about his best weapon choice. As with any other 5-star, you'll see that his exclusive 5-star weapon is his best fit. 5-star weapon Dupe has a base effect of HP 10.8%. While Godfall Fury is activated, Li Qi gains 10% bonus to critical hit rate. If there are any enemies with Butterfly Shadow on the battlefield, it additionally increases his critical hit rate by 11%. Defeating an enemy with Butterfly Shadow triggers an explosion, dealing 100% regular attack damage and inflicting Butterfly Shadow on a target enemy. His other weapon choice can be 3-star weapon Indigo Shadow and 4-star weapon Indigo Shadow Enhanced. Next up, let's talk about his best teams, but before we begin, I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of this month. It takes a lot of effort to make such videos, so I would really appreciate it if you can just like and subscribe to the channel for more Blackbeacon videos. Now, his best teams, first one would be the single target anomaly team. You're going to be using Li Qi as your main DPS with Hefei and Azzy as your supports. With Li Qi's long rotation and many hits to use, Electrocute means thunder dot damage. He can take advantage of strong elemental synergies. Hefei is also a great partner to take advantage of elemental anomalies and her buffs. Since she shields damage instead of healing damage, you can take advantage of Li Qi's critical damage buffs more. Azzy is also one of the better partners for Li Qi, since she can shred enemy resistances and her easy rotation to stack up Electrocute. You can also use some other characters for support like Logos pairing. Logos element and her healing capabilities make her an extremely strong candidate to be a part of the supporting cast. Ninsa. She is an amazing unit that can help Li Qi's survivability. Viola, she is also a good choice to pair with Li Qi as her matching element, and quick rotation makes it easy for you to swap into Li Qi quickly. The other team would be free-to-play Li Qi team. Li Qi is going to be your main DPS with Zero and Ninsa. They are both strong buffer units that immensely help Li Qi. The former can increase his damage while the latter can reduce damage taken. Now let's talk about his strengths and weaknesses. Strengths: amazing single target damage, strong elemental synergy with kit, easy execution of rotation. Weaknesses: requires a dedicated healer or barrier teammate due to skills doing self-damage, long rotation to execute and need to time certain attacks, requires huge investment for best results. With his simple-to-execute rotation, strong elemental synergy, and strong damage with his kit, Li Chi is arguably the best single-target main DPS units in the game. There are things that anchor him, however, like needing a dedicated healer or barrier support unit to help him survive, doing his long rotation, needing to time certain attacks, and the need to invest a lot of resources to get the best possible version of him. Now let's talk about if you should dupe him, in case you didn't know. Dupe means his potential, which means getting more copies of him. First, dupe with Godfall Fury active. This makes sure that you can lengthen the amount of time you can keep it active with multiple enemies. However, this isn't as necessary as his other upgrades, since you will want to use Li Chi against bosses and not against weaker enemies. Second dupe increases his basic attack, Tianli Arts, Evil Breaker damage by 15%. Third dupe, Li Chi gains Battle Will by simply using his second skill, Rite of Thunder. He can quickly gain stacks that increase his damage. Fourth dupe increases his skill level by 2. Fifth dupe, with this dupe, Li Chi can easily meet the conditions to gaining an increase of 60% critical damage just by using his basic rotation, which is a massive damage increase. Sixth dupe, this dupe gives him the ability to revive with 20% HP when he dies. He becomes invulnerable for 5 seconds. This effect can only be triggered once every 60 seconds. While it seems that having the ability to revive Li Chi with his risky playstyle is an absolute must, you can circumvent taking lethal damage with the proper team setup and knowing the enemy's attack patterns. Now let's see what his skills actually do and how to use them to its full potential. First, let's talk about his basic attack, Tianli Arts. Each hit from the second half of the fourth move generates 5 Battle Will points. His passive Lord of Weaponry return. When Li Chi's Battle Will reaches 100 points, tap Skill 2 to release a sweeping slash against nearby enemies, dealing charged damage and activating Godfall Fury. You must be wondering, what is Godfall Fury? Godfall Fury is a battle state. While in this state, Li Chi consumes Battle Will over time and gains a bonus to movement speed. As long as there are enemies around him, he releases Tianli Arts, Exorcism and Tianli Arts, Purge to slash, and pierces through the enemies alternatively until his Battle Will depletes. Li Chi unleashes a final slash and unsheathes his blade, dealing charged damage and existing the Godfall Fury state. Next up is his first skill, Blood Pierce. After you use first skill, the Shadow Summoned, at the starting point, strikes the last target Li Chi strikes, dealing regular attack damage to all enemies in his path and inflicting Butterfly Shadow on the last target. While in the Godfall Fury state, this skill is replaced by Sweep. I'll give a brief overview of what Butterfly Shadow and Sweep does. Butterfly Shadow? Enemies marked by Butterfly Shadow take 20% more damage from Li Chi's attacks, while in the Godfall Fury state, Li Chi's Tianli Arts prioritize enemies with Butterfly Shadow. Sweep summons a shadow that strikes enemies, dealing enhanced damage and inflicting Butterfly Shadow to the first target hit. Then Li Chi vaults above the enemy and unleashes a powerful smash, dealing enhanced damage. Now let's talk about his second skill, Rite of Thunder. Tap consecutively to launch 3 different attacks. Each attack deals regular attack damage and generates 30 Battle Will points, but consumes 20% of Li Chi's current HP. When Li Chi's HP is below 55% of his max HP, this skill no longer consumes his HP. His ultimate skill, Thunderstorm Fury. Each successful restores 10% of Li Chi's lost HP. He then transforms into an afterimage, dashing forward to deliver a series of slashes. After a brief delay, he lands a massive lightning strike in the target area, dealing multiple instances of ultimate damage. Lastly, his combo skill, Blade Wake. When combo charge is ready, Tap combo skill to immediately activate his passive skill, Lord of Weaponry Return, making him enter the Godfall Fury state. While Li Chi is in combo burst mode, his consecutive slashes become significantly faster. Now I'll show you practically how to use his skills. Li Chi's game plan is get 100 Battle Will as soon as possible, then activate Godfall Fury to obliterate his enemies. When activated, make sure to time your attacks with the butterflies that appear during Godfall Fury. Use your first skill to mark your target with Butterfly Shadow. In a normal battle scenario, make sure to mark a target using Blood Pierce. This makes sure that you have a priority target when Godfall Fury is activated. Gain battle. Will with basic attacks and his second skill, use Li Chi's basic attack combo and the 3 Rite of Thunder casts to build battle will quickly. Take note that the last 2 parts of his basic attack combo are the only attacks that give him battle will. Activate Godfall Fury and time your attacks with the butterflies. Upon reaching 100 battle will, activate Godfall Fury to start pushing damage. Remember to time your basic attacks with the coming butterflies, as pressing it too early or too late will result in a weaker attack. Swap out to a different character. After Godfall Fury expires. After Godfall Fury expires, Li Chi will become vulnerable and cannot do any actions. Swap out to a different character to get him out of harm's way and also to rebuff your team. Be mindful of the health cost of his skills. Li Chi's skills cost health to use. While he does get stronger with losing health depending on the potential and level he's in, it's risky to stay at a low health, especially if you're fighting stronger enemies. Be mindful of your health and keep him alive, and use his ultimate if you need to heal up. I'll tell you about his rotations a bit now. Talent level 2 rotation. First use your second skill 3 times. You'll enter Godfall Fury, then use your basic attacks and then use your first skill. Requires talent level 2 though, so keep it in mind. Unlocking his talent level 2 lets you stack 100 battle will after using Rite of Thunder 3 times, which means that you can enter Godfall Fury immediately and have 1 vigor point to use for sweeping blow. This is more useful for boss encounters, as you would want to use Blood Pierce against multiple enemies so that you have a clear priority of who to hit. Next up is Combo Burst rotation. First use Combo Burst, then your basic attack, then skill 1, then again basic attacks and skill 1. With the use of Combo Burst, Li Chi can activate Godfall Fury immediately and will last as long as the Combo Burst gauge. During this, you are able to use Sweeping Blow twice in 1 rotation to maximize your damage. That's it for Li Chi Build and Team Guide, everyone. I'm working on other 5-star characters as well, and their guide will be out soon. Have a good day.